Hi guys, my name is Dev, as you probably know if you know me. I am FTM, so born female transitioning to male. Today I went to see my mom and I got my letter saying that I'm allowed to start T, which is great, yay, letter. And it's good that I got the letter, but at the same time, like, the person I saw for my second opinion was Dr. Barrett, and though he is obviously a great guy and he supports trans people and he's been campaigning a lot for that, he's also quite inflammatory, if that makes sense, and he is quite old-fashioned when it comes to gender stuff. So even when I was talking to him at my appointment, when I was like, I'd prefer gel rather than shots, and I said to him that it's because I'm quite busy a lot of the time, and right now the job I was working, I do hours, which was like waking up at 2 in the morning, so finishing about 3, then having to go to bed, and it's like, when do I actually have time to go to my GP? It sort of didn't make sense. But in my letter, instead of him putting, because, you know, I'm busy and I travel and all this sort of stuff, he decided to go with, it doesn't, yeah, injections. He said that it's, I said I don't like injections, but I said the reason was, you know, as I said, and he decided that it was because I do not want to involve injections that the patient wouldn't want. Other things like this, because obviously he asked about school, and he asked about university and why I dropped out, and I said that because I have anxiety, I had problems writing essays and getting essays out, you know, not anything to do with being stupid or anything. And he wrote, it was meant to be for 4 years, but he left after 2 years as he found the essays were too difficult. So it's this kind of thing. He also, when I was reading this, I wasn't actually sure if I was even going to be prescribed, to be honest. Hang on one sec, I'm just looking at it. Give me 1 second. Had to close my door. Yeah, he constantly was going on about how I look androgynous, not saying that I look male. I know I have slightly longish hair, but I've been binding for years. I see myself as male. I know that I'm a bit femmy because I like goth. But he's like, his appearance was androgynous. He presented in an androgynous to male role. Where else? Let's see. The patient has moved into a decidedly more male but androgynous role. Talking about binding, etc. Talking about my money problems, I don't even know why that's in there. He decided that I am secondary transsexual because I didn't have the words when I was younger to say what was wrong, which is fair enough, but he mainly said that I am secondary transsexual because, and I quote, being one of those somewhat less common individuals who feels both male and also a gay male being sexually interested in gay men. Which I am, but it makes it sound like I am only secondary transsexual because I'm a gay man, rather than just because I am actually a man. And I don't think my sexuality really has to do with that. So that was annoying. Another annoying thing was he asked about my family history. I knew when I was younger that there were some instances of drug taking when my parents were young, you know, before they gave birth to me. Sorry, choking on myself. So he decided to put this down as significant, rather than saying that it was mentioned that my parents had a history of drug taking before I was born. So my GP is also my mum's GP, and they have called up my mum and they want to have a chat with her. And I know that my mum, I've told my mum about this letter, but I know that the GP has been sent a copy of this letter, so I can't help but think it's because of that, and it's because of the way that Dr. Barrett's written the letter, which sounds quite inflammatory about that sort of stuff, that my mum is now going to have to go and talk to the GP about something that happened in the 80s. I know my dad was like a bit more of an alcoholic when I was younger, which, you know, it happens, it's fine. But my mom not so much, and now it's like my mom is kind of in shit almost for it, and it's not fair. So I was really happy that I actually got the letter. And I'm glad that he did prescribe me, because he was going on about, you know, when I was at the meeting, because, as you know, I am gay, and I like to be protected from possibly having children, the worst STI, etc. So I asked him about this. I was like, you know, I meant just in case, even to be graphic, if you're having anal, things can seep, and that's not good, because you can still get pregnant, and you can still get pregnant on testosterone. And when I actually asked him about it, he said, just don't have sex there. And I was trying to explain to him that I didn't mean just there. He's like, no, just don't do it. I have actually had an IUS. I have emailed the nurse at the gender clinic to let them know that I have an IUS, which it releases a tiny bit of progestin, but only into the sex organs rather than into your bloodstream, which, like, if you had a pill, for instance, that would do. So it should be fine. It was just irritating because he also brings that up again here, in an almost cease and desist kind of way, which isn't cool. But I've talked to my GP about that, so she already knows. That's about it. I wanted to start making videos as well, because obviously my voice and face and all of that are going to start changing. So this is my first video about it being approved for HRT, and on Monday I'm hopefully going to go and fill out my prescription and see how that goes. Yep. Pretty much it. Bye guys.